America's sake, as well as the world's, we must measure up to the challenge of real and respectable strength.
Great pleasure for me to introduce Coach Brian Voelker. Thanks for having me this morning. I'm going to try to make this as interactive with you guys as possible. I'm going to do a lot of stuff on the board. I don't really know how to use a computer very well, so I'm going to do a lot of stuff on the board. You know, if I could do pencil and paper, I would do it, but we'll do it up on the dry erase board. Please ask questions. You know, I'll give you guys time after we talk about some of this stuff, and we'll just go through it. The things that I'm going to talk about today, first of all, are just kind of putting together a practice plan and the kind of our ideas behind it. And then I'm just going to go through a bunch of drills that we use at Drexel. So I had to change the talk a little bit since Taylor's posted up here, you know, and we got to be careful not to give away too many secrets. So we'll go through that stuff. I drew up here, and I hope you guys can see it in this blue writing, just a kind of a sample practice plan that we'll use during the year. You know, I do it every day. I come in, sit down, talk to my assistant coaches. Just, hey, what do we need to do today? Talk to my offensive coordinator. What do you need to get done? Talk to my goalie coach and D coordinator. Hey, what do we got to get accomplished today? You think we should do this, this, and this? And then kind of go through it. We stick to it pretty well. You know, maybe not minute to minute, and then, you know, sometimes if a drill just goes totally terrible, or, you know, we go longer or shorter, you know, move on to the next thing. But we try to stick to this thing and you know, map out what we need to get done. You know, so on here we just do kind of times, you know, go through this stuff. I'll go through some of these drills that we do. You know, we start at 1:30, get the guys out there. We start stretch at 1:30, get done by 3:30. The girls are shoving us off and stretch down. Sometimes we're meeting on the side afterwards. We go a little bit longer. I always put, you know, at the bottom of my page, attack, midi D, goalies, face-off guys, long poles, hurt guys, so I can kind of organize what we do, and D middies. And I really kind of almost put them in order. You know, our best attackmen, second, third, you know, kind of go through there. And then I'll forget to put guys in and all that stuff. So I have to actually look down at my sheet and say, you know, okay, put these guys together, run these guys together, you know, put the fourth attackman with the first group a little bit, you know, mix and match. So I kind of rank them here a little bit and do that stuff. You guys see here when we do full field, there's times when I actually on the side of the paper put, you know, the teams that I want. You know, if I want specific teams together, the blue team and the white team, just like, you know, again, maybe we'll have the first attack here on the blue team and the first defense on the white team, or vice versa, depending on how we want to do it. You know, there's times I'll do that. There's times I'll wing it, not kind of rank them, and just kind of say, okay, you guys go here and you guys go there. But you know, try to stay organized with that stuff, and again, try to follow this plan as much as we can. You know, I know some football guys do it like to the minute and all that stuff, but we just try to follow it, you know, fairly closely. You know, the idea behind it, the basic structure is, you know, early in the week, you know, we're building and doing more one-on-one things, you know, one-on-ones, one-on-one ground balls, kind of individual drills, and then, you know, by the end of the week, it's more full field, full team things. Again, depending on time of the year, if we have to do like scout report stuff or walkthrough for people that we're playing, you know, all that stuff kind of gets in there. But I would say, you know, in the beginning of the week, it's more individual. Towards the middle of the week, maybe it's more like half field stuff. And then towards the end of the week, it's more full field. The other thing that we seem to do as the year goes on, you know, I'm a big believer in the 2-hour practice. And we harp to our kids that we're not going to be as good as we need to be if you guys are just, you know, practicing lacrosse 2 hours a day. You got to come up and do things on your own. We encourage guys to come up, you know, take their shirts off, show the girls how rocked up they are, shoot, you know, do all that stuff. Obviously in this weather, it's not great to take your shirt off. But, you know, we encourage those guys to do that stuff. By the end of the year, you know, I'm a big believer, if you don't know it, you know, if there's 2-3 weeks left in the season, if you don't know it by then, you know, we're not doing extra, we're not piling in, we're not doing a 2.5 hour practice at the end of the year, we're maybe even doing an 1.5 hour practice. Keeping things fresh, keeping legs fresh. You know, if guys don't know it by then, they're probably not going to know it, and they're not going to help us anyway. So that's, you know, kind of the idea behind it, and the basic structure of it. Like I said, I'll explain some of these drills. I'll go through a lot of the drills that we do, but that's kind of the idea of basing together a practice plan. I know some guys do them, you know, they have things planned out, like literally they have a month worth of practices in a binder, and they go through that stuff. Some guys, you know, I just do it where, you know, we almost do it on a weekly basis, where, you know, especially early in the season, okay, these are the, you know, we have 4 weeks to get ready for, you know, 5 weeks to get ready for our first game against Virginia, and these are the things we need to get accomplished, and these are, you know, when we're going to do them. You know, the first week we start practice on Monday, we probably won't do any man up, man down stuff, you know, for the first week and a half of practice. But, you know, we'll go together with my assistants and kind of go through, these are the things we need to get accomplished, these are the, you know, parts of the game that we need to work on, you know, how many times we need to do it, and so on, and kind of map that stuff out. I do it kind of on a weekly basis, and then go through our drills. Okay, any questions on that stuff? Good? Okay, you guys have in here our dragon practice drills. So again, the idea behind just about everything we do in practice is to make everything as game-like as possible. And that means, you know, running hard, getting guys tired. I'm not a big believer, you know, again, early in the season we'll have some like conditioning things put in there, but I'm not a huge believer in, you know, giant like blocks of time taken out to run, just run and not do lacrosse stuff. We try to get our conditioning done. You know, when we do our stick work drills, we want guys running hard, being loud, and a lot of the stick work drills we do, we try to create commotion. You know, it's easy to stand in one place and play catch and have guys have good stick skills, but when people are tired, when things are going crazy, then all of a sudden things seem to, you know, kind of go the other way. So when all of our line drills that we do and our stick work that we try to create commotion, and we make sure guys are tired and are running hard and they're going full speed and they're calling each other's names and being loud. Play everything to the whistle. It drives me crazy, you know, when we're doing whatever drill we're doing and a guy throws a pass and goes over his head and he's like, you know, oh, that sucks. It's practice, you know, I missed that ball, or I missed that one-on-one, or I didn't, you know, I fell down. You know, we kind of harp on play everything to the whistle. And the young guys, the freshmen, have a problem with that sometimes, but they learn quickly. And our older guys kind of know it, and you'll hear them, come on, hurry, you know, go Johnny, play it to the whistle, get it. So we try to get everything to the whistle, and again, it creates kind of a game-like environment. With this stuff, be creative. You know, a lot of these drills are things that, you know, I've like cherry-picked other people, or saw somebody doing something in a practice drill, or came to one of these things. You know, when we play, when we do things on offense or on defense, you know, if we're playing against somebody and I see somebody that they do something that I like, we cherry pick that stuff. So be creative, figure stuff out, steal stuff from other people if you have to. And then the final thing is create competition. That sounds simple, but you know, we'll do things for push-ups, we'll do things for sprints, we'll do things for bragging rights. You know, you got to create that competition when you're doing one-on-one drills, when you're doing 6-on-6 stuff, and we try to do that as much as possible in everything that we do. So the first thing here is our stick work. We have a bunch of stick work drills, and we do stick work every day. At least, you know, for that 10-minute session at the beginning of practice. There's times when we'll do like a conditioning thing at the end, and then right before stretch down, we'll put in a stick work drill because they're tired. And you want guys to have good stick work when they're tired. So the first one is line drills, and our line drills is simple. We just get on, if this is a lacrosse field, restraining line, midline, restraining line, get 2 lines or 3 lines depending on how many people you have, 1 line, and we'll go, break the team up into 2. We usually do a 2 restraining line and midline, and just normal line drills, righty inside, righty outside, lefty in, lefty out. Catch right, throw left, catch left, throw right, ground balls 2, ground balls away. Those are our line drills. Our guys know the names of these drills, so when I say line drills, they know where to get to and where to go to. Our line drills, the difference between our line drills and a lot of other people is we use 2 balls when we do our line drills all the time. So if we go righty inside, we have a line of players, okay? And then he starts with the ball, he starts with the ball, and then we always have one more ball in each line. So we'll have 4 balls in each line that we use it. So they'll have an extra. He'll pick the first ball up, he'll pick the first ball up, righty inside. You know, these guys will run down this side of the line, these guys will run down this side of the line, and they'll run hard and throw the ball, okay? And there'll be 2 balls going the whole time. One guy throws it over a guy's head, next guy picks it up, somebody runs and chases that ball down, gets it back to the front of the line. Righty inside. Every once in a while, we're doing righty and lefty inside, the balls hit each other, and the guy's got to run and go get them and, you know, do that stuff. So then the next thing is righty outside. You know, catch right, throw left, catch left, throw right, ground balls too. Our ground balls too, we roll it one way. Okay, so we always roll it towards the bench. These guys scoop the ball up, throw the ball. Get used to a game, picking a ground ball up and getting it out of your stick. And then ground balls away, you know, same, you know, throw it back and put the ball down on the ground. But 2 balls, and again, we do the 2 balls to create a little bit of commotion. It makes guys call names. You know, if there's 2 guys, you know, if the line gets messed up, you know, there's 2 guys right here throwing balls. They each have to say the guy's name. Chris, throw me the ball, and the next guy's calling the other guy's name. So that's why we do that stuff with 2 balls, and it gets the lines going. Our next drill is called Marty, and this is named after a player that was a sophomore that came back, and after the second time we did the Marty, he was on the sideline throwing up and ended up quitting the team the next day. So it's not that hard of a drill, to be quite honest with you. So what's up?
Was that part of the plan?
Well, it could have been. So our Marty is restraining line to the sideline, end line to end line. So end line to end line. We get 2 lines. 2 lines, one on the restraining box, one on the sideline. Okay, and all the guys in this line have a ball. Okay, again, the big thing here when we talk about Marty is we want these guys to run hard and to call each other's names. Okay, and they want to throw the ball as much as they can. It's not a carrying the ball drill; it's a stick work drill. So they're paired up with another guy. They're running down. These guys are right-handed. These guys are left-handed. If they're Canadian guys or they're D guys and they don't want to put it in their weak hand, okay, we let them catch the ball with their strong hand, okay, but they have to throw the ball left-handed, and these guys have to throw the ball right-handed. So you're just sprinting down the field, catching and throwing as many times as you can, calling guys' names, going 100 miles an hour, getting to the end of the line, okay? We do Marty, okay, as a group. Okay, one of the big things with this is you want to space it out. You want to make sure guys are, you know, can run fast. So space it out. Get them above the goal line until the next group goes. So these guys are running hard. I kind of stand in the middle. Okay, we try to do the whole group with no drops. Okay, if we do it the first time, then we're done Marty. Okay, the longer it takes, the worse it gets. So you try to get them to do the whole thing. If we can't, like if we get a group where it just keeps going, we can't do it. If you do it 4 or 5 times, it's probably not going to end up happening. What we end up doing is I'll say, okay, this time, if your group drops it, you guys go back to the end of the line and you start again. So that way the whole team doesn't have to do the whole thing over again. But this is a conditioning drill, it's a stick work drill. Again, just kind of blast right through it. Our guys get all fired up. Let's do it the first time, You get them to do it the first time, reward them, and then move on to the next drill. Okay, so that's Marty. Full field stick work. Okay, similar. It's 3 lines at the end of the field. Okay, again, restraining box, outside. Actually, the face-off kind of hashes where you want one line. Face-off hashes, and then one in the middle, or restraining box, whatever is easier for you guys. And then just all the balls in the middle of the field, okay? And then we start with straight down, okay? So this guy's throwing it both sides. These guys are right-handed. These guys are left-handed, okay? Again, throwing it left-handed, straight down to the field. Again, as many passes as you can get in, running hard, calling each other's names, same thing, spacing it out and getting there, okay? The next one with the full field is a weave, okay? Throw it, follow your pass, get to the restraining box, okay, throw it, get to the other restraining box, weave it all the way down, okay? We do that one, the next one we do, every other one's a ground ball with the weave, okay? So you get ground ball stuff in and you get stick work stuff in. And guys are doing ground balls and stick work, okay, getting up and down the field. Star drill, okay, our star drill. we have 5 lines, okay? One line, just above the crease, and then lines on the restraining boxes, So star drill, you just skip and a pass, okay? And we go balls, we put balls at each line, but we do it with 3 balls, okay? If you think you can do it with two, you gotta do it with 1 to start out with, do it with 1, but we do it with 3 balls, 1, 2, 3. And again, if a guy drops the ball or throws it over another guy's head, we always have balls in the line, pick it up and go, somebody chase the ball, get back to doing it, okay? Creates chaos, I gotta figure out where to stand so I didn't get pelted in the head. But it creates chaos, gotta call out names, gotta run hard, gotta handle the ball. Okay, star drill, same thing, you can do every other one's a ground ball. You can do it one way, turn it around, go the other way. Be creative with that stuff. Our 0 stick work, okay, we get the goalie, when the goalies get involved here. We go kind of straight down the middle of the field here, goalies are in the goals, and balls are in the, right in the goal, or you can kind of put the goalies right to the side, depending on how many you have, and put all the balls right to the side, okay, and you got 3 lines right down the field. So we start them out on either side. So these guys will start out righty breakouts. So break out, throw the ball right down the field, and then this guy throws it to the goalie, and then we outlet this way. And you try to, again, get as many balls as you got going. The goalies can pick it up and keep it going, keeps the line going, makes guys communicate, makes guys call each other's names, call for the ball. Okay, that's our 0 stick work. Hard ball. Okay, we do this in a lot of our individual sessions. We started school on Monday. We had a couple days this week where we were doing some stuff. Okay, there's 2 ways to do it. With the offensive guys, we try to get them to do it with both hands, and we can get them to do it in like a diamond. A little diamond around the box, okay? O guys, a little diamond around the box, okay? With our hard ball, you don't want guys to switch lines. So you get people on the line, okay, and just stay in a line, and again, put balls, balls in each line, and we do it with 2 balls. Start it on either points of the diamond, 2 balls, okay? And you'll go right-handed hard ball, okay? So he'll have a ball. These guys are rifling the ball to this guy, okay? Catching it, rifling to the next line, and then go to the end of the line. So stay in your line, but just go to the end of the line. Practice on like really getting the ball going, getting the ball hot, literally shooting the ball at each other to get stick work. Again, we talk all the time on our offense, if you're lobbing the ball to people, your offense isn't gonna work very well. If you're zipping the ball around, your offense looks a lot better and you can handle it. So that's hard ball. And this is the offensive guys. For our D guys, they can't do, so then you turn it around, you go left-handed, same thing, left-handed around the other side. Our D guys can't do it, so we'll do hard ball down the other end, where we'll go just a line on the restraining line, okay, and they'll just go strong hand, right, strong hand hard ball, okay, again, balls in each line, 2 guys, we do one ball here with only 1 line, so the guy will pick the ball up. Righties will kind of like stay on this side of the line and get lefties to kind of come around the other way when it's their turn. Throw the ball, rifle the ball as hard as you can, catch it, rifle it to the next guy in line, and just stay in your line and move to the back of the line. And then the final one that we do in our individual stuff, and our guys hate this one, but it's a great conditioning and stick work drill. Okay, it's our 30-second drill. Okay, and again, depending on how many people you have and how many coaches and all that stuff, we do it usually just with the D guys. The O guys make fun of the D guys because they don't like doing this drill. But you just get in groups of 3, kind of find lines in groups of 3, on the restraining kind of boxes. And you'll have one person in the middle, okay? And each of these guys has to have a ball. This guy has a ball, okay? Try to stay with the 1 ball. If he throws it over a guy's head, he can pick up another one, okay? But we'll go right-handed, okay? This guy's right-handed for 30 seconds, okay? So he throws the ball, runs, okay? Sprints till he catches the ball. As soon as he catches the ball, sprints to catch the ball. He's turning, getting the ball out of his stick to the next guy, sprinting to the ball, catching it, turning, sprinting to the ball. 30 seconds, okay? Each guy in the group does that right-handed. Then the next group, left-handed, okay? He's back, he's the first guy, left-handed, same exact drill. okay, for 30 seconds. Got to handle the ball, stick work, communicate, run hard, get tired, handle when you're tired, okay? Then catch right, throw left, catch left, throw right, okay? Get stick skills. Okay, so that's the main stick work that we do. Again, we do that every day. We do stick work stuff every day. We do a different drill at least 10 minutes every day. You guys can tell your high school kids, your youth kids, we do stick work every day. I talk to our guys all the time, if you can't catch and throw, it's field hockey, right? And field hockey's not real cool to watch, so you gotta be able to catch and throw to play lacrosse. Basic skills, okay, ground ball drill. Something that we do, again, a decent amount early in the season, a decent amount early in the weeks, okay? You can do it on two ends if you have enough coaches or you have enough players, or you can do it on one end. And again, guys get pretty tired doing this stuff, okay? To the sideline, okay, we get a line of all of our D guys, long poles, short stick D middies, face-off guys, okay, get a line here, and then a line of your O guys. Okay, attacking middies, D, whatever. You put a coach with a ton of balls right in the middle of them, okay? And you just roll the ball out, make those guys fight for it, okay? We do one-on-ones, we do next guy go, 2-on-2s, next guy go, 3-on-3s, okay? Ground balls, the O guy get it, the offensive team gets it, they go to the goal. Goalie's in the goal, they go to goal, they try to score, they make it a one-on-one. The D guys get it, they gotta clear it. So that's our ground ball drill. Okay, one-on-ones, okay, again, get creative when we do one-on-ones. Our one-on-ones have turned into a bunch of stuff, okay? A couple of ones that we do are, attackmen are behind with the D guys, middies are up top with long poles, short stick D middies, okay? Two ways, we have guys start in the box, short stick D midi, okay, and an offensive midi, okay? We have a guy on the sideline, okay, or a coach or somebody that's hurt, stand here with balls, okay? These guys have to start in the box and break out and get the ball and then start their one-on-one, okay? Same thing with the attack. They got to break out and then start their one-on-one, okay? The other way we'll do it is we'll do the same thing. Coach, hurt guy with the balls, okay? The D guy has to start in the box, okay? And the O guy can start out higher, okay? Obviously it makes it more difficult on the D guy and a little bit easier on the O guy. Okay, but it just depends what you want to see. A lot of times when you start offense, the first dodge is really dodging at a guy who's inside the box, so you kind of create both of those things. We do a one-on-one, okay, where it's literally, we call it our one-on-ones, and I write 3-on-3 on there. So we'll do our one-on-ones, and we'll have a line of middies up top at the midline, okay, and we'll do the same exact thing. One-on-ones, we'll have a short stick D midi or a long pole and an O midi, and we'll have an attackman and a D guy. Sorry, that's not looking good. And then an attackman, and hopefully the D guy's not standing behind the goal when the ball's up top. Okay, so this is a one-on-one. Okay, with the attackman in here and the attackman here, this is a one-on-one for the offensive midi. He breaks out. Okay, if he does not draw a slide, he's got to go in and shoot the ball. Okay, if he draws a slide, then he can do the right thing with the ball, hit the attackman on the backside or hit it in one more. Okay, and then we'll switch it around as soon as he goes with his one-on-one. The O guy and the short stick D midi will go in on the crease, and then we'll have another midi and maybe a long pole come in, and then an attackman will step up. He's got to break out, and it's his job to draw a slide. And it's a one-on-one. He's got to draw a slide. If he doesn't draw a slide, he comes in and dunks the ball, gets a shot off. If he draws a slide, then you do the right thing off the ball. So it's really, it's a 3-on-3, but we want it to be a one-on-one. So that's, again, get creative with that stuff. 3-on-3s, okay? Again, depending on how you want to do them, you can do them like this. Same thing, 3-on-3. You can do 3 middies, get the middies working together. 3 attackmen, get those guys working together, same stuff. 4-on-4s, we do a lot of 4-on-4s. And again, we do them 2 ways. We'll go perimeter, perimeter 4-on-4s, where you have attackmen and middies on the perimeter, okay? And then we'll do 4-on-4s, where you'll have attackmen behind, okay? And it'll be, again, more of these guys dodging and creating, drawing a slide. If they don't draw a slide, you got to get it to the other attackman, and he's got to do it, okay? And then the middies are moving off ball, and then once the attackmen go, whistle out of bounds, then we'll put the middies up top, and the attackmen, and it's again the middies drawing slides, okay? Middies drawing slides, and making a 2-on-2 with these guys, and when they draw a slide, then they can move the ball. but get creative with that stuff. And again, we do this a lot because this is how offenses are set up. You know, there's a couple less guys, gives them a little bit more room, gives them some time to do that stuff. So those are kind of our basic skill drills. Any questions with that stuff?
Coach,
Yes?
I'm curious, and that drill just brought it to my mind, how are you teaching the picking game, screening game?
Well, again, yeah, I mean, again, it's, you gotta break that stuff down, and depending on, you know, do you want it to be, you know, midi setting picks and really focusing on that, then you gotta teach that stuff. If you want it to be attackman setting picks, you know, you gotta teach that stuff when it's, you know, these guys up top, they gotta get creative, figure out what, you know, if it's two long poles that they're going against or two short sticks, who's got the better matchup, you know, they can figure that stuff out. Again, you know, working on picks at X, you gotta teach that stuff, but again, that's, you know, in a game, this is more of what a field looks like. It's a little less crowded, but that's more of what a field looks like. You have your outlet, you have a guy, you know, you have the guy on the crease that the slide's coming from, usually, so you get a little bit of that stuff. When we do the 4-on-4 perimeter, it's, you know, when you play teams that slide adjacent, you're getting that look, so you want to get the kids to understand where to go with the ball when they get that look. But yeah, you got to teach that stuff however you want to work on your pick game, you know, offensively and defensively. You got to make sure you work on that stuff. And then, you know, we'll do like walkthrough stuff, work on picking game, and then we'll do this 2-on-2 stuff, 4-on-4 stuff to kind of emphasize it. Does that make sense? Anything else on that stuff? Okay, so our unsettled drills, and again, I don't think there's a practice where we don't do some sort of unsettled work. Okay, the first drill that we do, we call it the box drill, because we picked it up kind of like an indoor lacrosse drill a little bit. I'm losing my red pen here. I'm going to switch. I don't know if you guys can see this as much, but I'll help you draw it bigger. So the box drill is you have two lines of offensive players. Okay, O guys over here, and O guys over here, and then a line of the D guys, okay, with all the balls, okay, and goalies are in the goal. And we used to put a bucket up here to make sure guys got to the bucket, but we've kind of gotten through that, and we don't need the bucket anymore, but you need to do that to get it through. So the defenseman, you start out, and it's a 2-on-1. The box drill is a 2-on-1, okay, and the right-handers get smart enough to realize they're going to end up on this side of the field, so a lot of those guys get over here. The lefties end up over here because they want to be over here. So these guys are going to cross. The D guy's going to throw the ball to one of these guys, okay? Throw the ball to one of these guys and run out, okay? It's going to be a 2-on-1. These guys have to get outside the box, okay? Have to get to the restraining box. So they're going to get to the restraining box, okay? And then it's a 2-on-1, okay? This guy can do whatever he wants to do. He can run out and go crazy on guys. He can stay in. He can, you know, back and forth, whatever he wants to do. They have to handle the ball, okay, and finish 2-on-1. Okay, go through a couple minutes of that stuff, okay? And then the next one, okay, is a 2-on-1. Same exact drill, okay? 2-on-1. When it's, we make these guys, they have to pay attention, throw the ball to the opposite side. So if the guy ahead of him threw it over here, this guy then has to throw it to this side. Okay, whatever side he throws it to, okay, two guys go. And they gotta get here, he throws the ball here, and then the next guy's gotta get here, okay? So it's a 3-on-2. Okay, and again, the D guys can do whatever they want. They can chase, they can run around, they can get in tight, however you want to do it. Okay, however they want to do it. They know the drill, they know what's going on, they know these guys have to get to their, you know, outside the box. Some guys will pressure them, some guys will step out, whatever it is. Okay, go through a couple rounds of that, and then same exact drill, 4-on-3.
You said a D guy throwing the ball out?
All the D guys are always throwing the ball. So if it's a 2-on-1, one guy goes. If it's a 3-on-2, two guys go. If it's a 4-on-3, three guys go. But the first guy throws the ball out.
Does the first guy who catches have to carry all the way up?
No, we want the guys throwing the ball, and again, we want these guys, and again, the lefties all end up over here because they want to be over here, but we want these guys to be right-handed until they get, you know, handle the ball on the perimeter with their right hand. Okay, got Canadian left-handers, they don't really love doing that, but you got to do it. Get it in your right hand until you flip sides, and then get on your proper sides and get spaced. We even try to do this 5-on-4. It's not quite as pretty, so we usually stop at 4-on-3. Okay, if we really want to get things going, we'll flip it up. We'll put the O guys inside and the D guys on the outside, and let them get beat on and let them, you know, handle the ball a little bit. Let the O guys understand what a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2, you know, how to play it. So we'll do that every once in a while, almost as a stick work drill for the D guys. Let them get their elbows beat up a little bit too. It's good for them.
Do all offensive players clear the zone? You have them
Yes,
all running
everybody's
out
got to
of the
get
zone?
outside the
Okay.
box. So again, the reason we do it is to create a little bit of chaos and get guys to get in the right spots and get space and get in the right spots. Partly a stick work drill, partly a, defensive guys working on 3-on-2, 4-on-3, communicating, creating a little bit of chaos, doing that stuff, but creating space. And what you'll see is when we do a lot of these things, instead of this like pretty box that you want it to be in, guys start creeping down and it ends up being, we got to tell our offensive guys, you don't have to be at 5 yards to shoot the ball, create space. Obviously you don't want to be on the restraining line and, not many guys are scoring from there, but you want to be able to get to a spot where you can score and create that space. You want to get them to, kind of create that stuff in their head and figure it out.
Do you normally have just the D guys stacking like an eye as they get hot?
2-on-1, 3-on-2 you do, but then a 4-on-3 you get your diamond and you work on your diamond and getting guys rotating, getting passing lanes. And again, we always play the whistle, so the ball goes down, the D guys get the ball, they got to clear it. And again, the O guys are getting after them, trying to turn them back, get the ball back. So play to the whistle.
Is that idea of multiple O guys above the box inherent to any of your Drexel offense?
No. Again, I think we just do it more just to kind of create the, we don't want these guys just run into these two spots. You want the D guys to be able to do some things. You want them to be able to handle the ball, handle the ball on the perimeter. Like I said, you got righties over here that sometimes don't want to put it in their left hand. You want them to put it in their left hand, make passes, move the ball. Our guys, get fancy with it, do some flip stuff, create a little bit of chaos for the D guys, and let those guys communicate. Hey, Johnny's got the ball, 32's got the ball, whatever it is, and it just creates, some havoc and game-like situations where you do a 4-on-3 drill and the guys know it's coming. They go, they're going to get their triangle. I got left, I got right. Well, these guys all have to communicate when they run in here. I got top, I got bottom, I got right. These guys have to communicate. If somebody drops a ball or the D guy pressures them. Okay, hey, you stay high, I'll go low. They got to communicate with each other and create space. Okay, makes sense? 4-on-3 ground ball drill. Again, our guys love this one. I have to figure out, how many guys can get hurt or how beat up we are or whatever. But this one is a ground ball drill. You'll have a line of defensemen, a line of attackmen, a line of defensemen, a line of attackmen, and then our middies are up top, O middies, okay, and then long poles and short sticks. Okay, here, coach in the middle with the balls, okay? And literally, the first group comes up, we always get them, we have a little line, a little soccer line. They have to stay behind the soccer line, so the first two guys come up, D guy and attackman, and you roll, like literally roll the ball out as a coach. You can roll it right here, have a 2-on-1, you can roll the ball down here, kind of a 1-on-1 ground ball. You can throw it up in the air and like watch heads roll. You can throw it right in the middle. You can put the ball anywhere and create a 4-on-3, and then same thing. Make guys scramble to get the spots, communicate with each other, communicate on the defensive end, clear the ball all the way to the midline, blow the whistle, and then the next group goes. The other thing that we've been doing with this is kind of widen these guys out a little bit, and then starting with two coaches with balls on the end line, and then same thing, just rolling the ball out from different angles. Because these angles can create like train wrecks every once in a while if guys really are pissed off at each other or whatever. So do the same exact drill with balls on either side and just roll the ball out here and make it 2-on-1 ground balls or 1-on-1 ground balls and just create it from a different angle. Make sense? Princeton drill. When I was coaching at Penn, Coach Tierney his team was warming up, and I was watching them warm up and saw them doing this drill. So all the defensive personnel are on the sideline. D guys, long poles and short sticks. Okay, and then all the O guys are up top. Okay, in a line. You have a coach, a hurt guy with a bucket of balls over here, and they roll the ball out. Okay, and the first guy in line comes out. Okay, and again, it's a 2-on-1. Okay, ground ball, 2-on-1, go to the goal. If they score, blow the whistle. Okay, the two offensive guys stay in. The one D guy stays in. The coach rolls another ball out. okay? Another D guy comes in, 3 on 2, okay? Scores, whatever it is, make the whistles a little bit quicker in this drill. D guy picks it up, we usually blow the whistle. Don't make them clear to the midline, okay? As soon as the whistle blows, coach rolls it out, 4 on 3, okay? Score, ground ball, whatever it is, out of bounds, okay? 5 on 4, 6 on 5, okay? And again, makes your kids, they're gonna end up in all kinds of different spots. Makes your kids kind of have to understand where you want them in a 4 on 3, where you want them in a 5 on 4, where you want them in a 6 on 5 on offense, and the same thing on defense. Okay, they're gonna get in all different spots. They're gonna, you know, so however you guys want to play a 6 on 5, however you want to play a 5 on 4, they gotta have to know all the spots. You know, the O guys gotta know all the offensive stuff. The D guys gotta know all the D spots. So that's what we call the Princeton drill. Our 3/4 field transition drill. Okay, our 3/4 field transition. The middies hate this drill. So we get all the balls down here. We get a line of offensive middies, okay, right in front of the goal, and then the same thing, a line of long pole, short stick, okay, and we always want to kind of match it up where you don't have 3 long poles together. We want to try to have long pole and 2 short sticks in some sort of order here, okay. You want to make all the O guys, okay, attackmen, we set up attackman, okay. The D guys have to be top side, okay, so they start here, and I roll the ball out, or a coach rolls the ball out, okay, and he calls out 4 on 3, okay, 5 on 4, 6 on 5, okay, any one of those 3. Okay, if I call 4 on 3, it's 1 O guy, nobody else. Okay, 5 on 4, 2 O guys and a D guy. 6 on 5, 3 and 2. Okay, you create the ground ball, and then you got to create these guys getting into their lanes, setting up for whatever it is, recognizing it, whether it's a 4 on 3, a 5 on 4, a 6 on 5. Okay, and guys getting in the hole, playing D, playing offense, and doing that stuff. Okay. Depending on what you want to do you want to make it a 4 on 3, an unsettled drill, and just work on that? You can keep guys here. If you want to make it more of a 4 on 3 getting in and checking up, then you can say 4 on 3, as soon as he picks it up, you can say everybody go. So then the rest of the 6 on 6 stuff, they get in, they check up numbers, you know, make it whatever you want to make it. We also flip the offensive guys over, and the D guys over. A lot of times when you have a 5 on 4 and a 4 on 3, it's not your offensive guys running your 4 on 3 or your 5 on 4 or your 6 on 5. It's your long sticks and your transition guys. So we'll flip that over, and then you make the O guys get in and get in the hole. You know, the offensive middies who are now going to be D middies getting into the hole. So we flip those guys over.
The attackers set up.
And every time I'm like, get to the midline, because I'll roll the ball up here. You know, again, make it like a game where they have to lift, get a ground ball. The D guys pick it up, they got to clear it back. If the O guys get it, they got to get into what they're going to get into. Doesn't do you any good to start your 4 on 3, 5 on 4, 6 on 5 in the box already, because that doesn't happen in a game. Okay? And then, you know, we'll also do, you know, kind of the normal 4 on 3 down one end and 5 on 4 down the other with guys getting in the hole, you know, two middies and 1 middie, you know, we'll do that stuff. The reason I like the 3/4 field a little bit better because the guys don't know what's coming. When we do our 4 on 3 and our 5 on 4 drill, you know, if the 5 on 4 ends up being a 4 on 3, the guys are still playing a 5 on 4, and we don't want that. You know, so when we, again, get guys outside the box, play it, make a game like, you know, if you're running a 5 on 4 drill and somebody makes it a 4 on 3 instead of a 5 on 4, then you want to be able to play that on offense and on defense. So that's another one of our transition or kind of unsettled drills. Okay, and then the final couple ones, they're, you know, I call team drills. Okay, 6 on 6 to clear. We started doing this a lot more when the new rules came in, when there was no horns and you can't sub and all that stuff. So when we do 6 on 6, we'll have guys at the box. We'll put the D guys in blue, right, and the O guys in white. D guys in blue, O guys in white, but we'll have offensive middies in blue at the box. So when the blue team comes, we can get poles off and we can get more clear. And we'll have D guys in white, so we can run guys off the field and get, you know, a long pole and some transition guys in to ride and make it like a game. Because in a game, you know, you want guys to be able to like understand. Here's where I got to break out to. you know, we get the ball clear, we get the ball, or we're riding, you want to get guys off if you can. So we'll do 6-on-6 to clear. So we do that a lot. We'll do 2 and 6-on-6, and again, we got coaches to be able to do that. But it'll look like full field, but it's like 6-on-6. So it'll start down one end, right? You'll have all the other personnel down the other end, attackmen and D guys down the other end. You want to concentrate on this, you know, not concentrate on like riding clear and stuff. When this stuff happens, when something happens, I'll just blow the whistle and then start it down the other end. Okay, make it more like 6-on-6, but have guys, you know, on both ends of the field. But I think with the new rules, you gotta incorporate your riding and your clearing and how you want to do that stuff, and you want the kids to be able to get to their spots. If you want guys to get off the field, you gotta get them off the field. You know, you gotta get offensive guys off the field, so we have guys in the box so they can do that. Skeleton clear seems like a silly one, but we literally like bring guys in. You'll have O guys down here, D guys down here, and a goalie and 6 other guys will come in, and they'll literally run around the crease. And I'll throw the ball to the goalie, and he'll call break, or I'll throw the ball in a corner, and you know they'll have to scoop it up and then get to their spots. I'll throw the ball out of bounds, and they'll have to get to their spots on the clear. They'll clear the ball. We'll run an offensive set, play it till they shoot the ball. Have kids understand what we're doing on an out of bounds, what we're doing in a settled, where you want them to go on the clears. Skeleton clear, simple stuff. And then you guys probably all done this. The scramble stuff, half-field scramble, where a coach has a bunch of balls. You got it, however you want to do it. Hey, when you guys hear the whistle, look for another ball. Or give a code word, whatever it is. Throw the ball that you have out of bounds and start another ball. However you want to do that, full field or half field. We do that stuff. Again, create some chaos, figure it out, have guys figure things out, on the fly.
Coach, on your three-quarter field transition, do you allow them to go back to the goalie to, if you roll the ball out, the defense go back to the goalie, have the goalie start on slow, or you just create that chaos and let them go?
Yeah, well, with the three-quarter field, there's nobody down this end. It's all down here. So if they come down here and the D guys get a ground ball or whatever, the goalie makes a save, we usually play it to the kind of cleared out. But there's no goal. These guys get the ball. If the D guy ends up getting the ball, we make it a ground ball. I usually just say drop, whistle, drop it, and keep going. Or everybody go, drop it, create however you want to create it. But you want to make it a transition drill. Sometimes you want to make it a checkup drill and play 6-on-6, down the other end. It just depends on what you want to do. We've even got to the point in the three-quarter field transition where we'll sub guys to the midline. So if we have like D guys bringing the ball down, transition guys, long holes bringing them down, we'll have them throw it down there. If they don't have a break, if it gets settled, we'll have those guys sub to the midline. We've been able to kind of incorporate that. We don't want guys like that can't play offense like doing stupid stuff. It's like if you got a break, you have a break, do it. If not, get the ball to the attack and let them handle it and sub out. We want to create that what we want. Yep.
One last one, back to stick work.
Sure.
From the perspective of a elementary school coach.
Yes.
What do you see, if you could take your guys, bring them back to 3rd and 4th grade, what would the...
A lot of them are in 3rd and 4th grade in many ways.
Having funny in 18, I get it. So how would you like them to be taught, the little guys, your guys, and be with you in 10 years?
Yeah, I mean,
More or less.
again, I think, some of the stick work stuff has changed, back, kind of back in the day stuff. I mean, I think you still hear like, put 2 hands and one hand scooping. If you watch college lacrosse, guys are scooping the ball one-handed all the time, and it's with the turf. I mean, it almost makes sense. It's part of like what those guys do. So some of that kind of old school stuff is kind of going out the window. Again, I think you got to build it, and maybe you build it from the young age where they stand still. I mean, I'm doing the bounce back stuff, stand still. The biggest thing for me, even at our level, you still see guys shooting and throwing with their hands far apart. I think that's one thing that you really got to focus on with guys. We do it when we shoot all the time. We still have guys that shoot the ball, in close and like this. Just concentrate on some of that little stuff. You know, I try to get guys, you know, D guys choke up a little bit, or, you know, get your hands far apart when you want to catch it, but then you got to be comfortable getting your hands closer together when you're throwing it. You know, you build it from the standstill stuff. We still do some standstill stuff, but when we do standstill, we're always turning, you know, if it's Taylor and I doing standstill stuff, we're not standing like this, we're standing sideways. You know, because again, you want to be able to teach, like, instead of like having to turn and shoot or turn and pass, like to be already turned. If a guy can catch the ball, you know, behind his head, he's going to be able to get the ball out of his stick quicker. So if the standstill stuff you can teach, instead of, you know, standing square, kind of turning, maybe use a line, turning on a line. When we do that hardball drill, we make sure we get guys, instead of standing like this, and then they have to catch it and like come all the way back, like you get on a line and you get sideways, and you try to catch the ball sideways, you know, almost, you know, behind your head, and then you can get the ball out of your stick quicker. You know, you got to build that stuff. But like I said, at our level, guys are our freshmen come in and they're shocked when I'm like, run harder, be louder, and run and throw the ball when we do stick drills. Our stick drill isn't a waste of 10 minutes. You know, our stick work isn't just like, okay, let's go, dude, you know, it's lacrosse, bro, summer league. It's like, go, get it going, run your ass off, get tired, be loud, and move the ball. You know, again, I say our guys all the time, you know, all of our guys can stand still and, you know, look like they can catch and throw. But then when they're running and they're tired and they got in their offhand, they can't. That's what we try to build in. And again, I know at our level, we have to build in that chaos. If you can do it at a younger level, then do it. You know, you don't want to build that chaos, because then the whole stick work would be chaos. So you got to have a little bit of a balance and do both. But for us, we wanted the guys to be loud, always calling names. A huge thing. I went crazy on a kid the other day. He's a senior. He called one of them a freshman by the wrong name. I'm like, are you kidding me? You've been here how long? Like, you know, like you don't know the kid's name yet. He's, coach, you know. But that, you know, I say it all the time. Like, if I say here's your help in a game, that doesn't help me, right? People don't know where to look. If I say Flinty, throw me the ball, like he's going to look up and throw it to me. So we're crazy with names, being loud, running hard. Like, that's all of our stick work stuff. But at a younger level, you gotta, you know, you do have to, because it would be all chaos. So you have to build it up a little bit. Anybody? Anything else?
The other thing, you know, I guess, you know, we're always taught, you know, the man ball thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point where I'm scrapping the man ball,
Yeah.
taking it out of the game, really,
Yeah.
because that's creating referees, you know, takeout checks and stuff like that. We're really encouraging just, you know, when we do the ground ball drills, 4-on-3s,
Yeah.
I'm not yelling man ball anymore. We're just, everybody's going for the ball, because somewhere, some way it's gonna pop out.
Yeah, I mean, we don't harp on man ball a lot. I think the Canadian guys don't even know what that is sometimes. Like, if you try to tell those guys, one guy man, one guy ball, like they look at you like you're crazy. You know, I think we don't harp on that stuff. I think it's a good thing if it's a, you know, a real 2-on-1 where one guy can really say, hey, I got the man, you can take the ball. Like, you can do that in a game, but we don't harp. That's not one of the things we harp on when we do like ground ball drills and stuff.
Coach, with the trainers, heads, physicality, everything like that, have you had to rearrange your practice plans around that kind of stuff?
Well, like I said, we do that 4-on-3 ground ball drill. You know, look, you got to create some toughness. You got to create guys that are going to like stick their nose in and get ground balls. But if it's, you know, the day before we're playing Virginia, we're not doing the 4-on-3 drill. You know, it's just you gotta figure that stuff out. Just like, you know, you gotta be in shape, but you know that's what you got to do when you create your practice plans. You got to figure out, you know, what do we need. You know, right now we have one face-off guy on our team, and I asked him, like, do I have to put you in a red jersey? He got all mad at me, and I'm like, look, you know, if you get hurt doing a ground ball drill in practice, like, I'm an idiot. But like, I also like know the way the kid is, like, he's not gonna like stand for it. So, you know, it is what it is. You got to be smart. You got to like have your players healthy. But if they're tippy-toeing all around and they're not used to being physical, then they're not going to do you any good in the game. So you got to figure that stuff out.
Coach, where you work in some of the specialty stuff like face-off and goalie work,
Yeah, well, I'm lucky, one of my coaches is a goalie, he takes the goalie, so when we do our stretch, the goalies kind of are coming out a little bit early. When we're doing a lot of our stick work stuff, he's got 10 minutes right there, unless we're doing that 0 stick work drill, he's got time, that he builds in before practice, like a couple minutes before practice to work with those guys. The face-off guys is a whole different thing, like they're always, like, depending on what they need and like where we are in the season and all that stuff, the face-off guys are always off in the corner, I feel like, by themselves. I don't even know sometimes what they're doing or what they're talking about. They're probably making fun of me or whatever they're doing. But, we're lucky enough to have either like a volunteer or somebody to help us to go over there and like be their guy, blow the whistle, do drills with them. When we do some stuff, we'll try to get them in the middle of the field, have them push the ball forward and hit the point guy. They'll be on the side doing, wrist stuff, hand stuff. Obviously with those guys, you got to get them in and do more than just like the couple of ones you do. If you never score in full field, then they don't get any work. We've gotten to the point where we'll maybe have a specialty. The O guys will be down one end shooting, the D guys will be down the other end doing some stick work stuff, and then we'll take the face-off unit in the middle of the field, and have them do like real live face-off stuff, ground ball, and then blow the whistle at the face-off. So you got to incorporate that stuff, and hopefully, again, at the high school level, you have people that can pay attention to goalies, you have people that can pay attention to face-off guys, and get better. I mean, I say all the time, when we have a good goalie and a good face-off guy, I look a lot smarter. So you got to pay attention to those guys.
Coach, how do you work with the goalie to not get too much in their head? Because obviously they're a different breed. When we're coaching the younger kids and you're trying to get them to try to play goalie,
Yeah.
and the kid gives up 8 goals in a rec league,
Yeah.
he's got to go to school on Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you soften that blow? 'Cause
Well, again, I think at our level, we're past a little bit of that stuff, but, again, you gotta, when kids are successful, they're gonna be more excited about doing things. Like I said, at all levels, you gotta have hopefully people that know what's going on and pay attention. I'm a big believer, like when we do things on offense, I call it being robot, like I don't want robots, like, not everybody shoots the ball the exact same way, not everybody throws the ball, not everybody plays defense and covers somebody the exact same way. There's basic principles and basic things that you need to get accomplished. Face-off guys, goalies, every position, there's basic things you need to get accomplished. If a guy is a great shooter and he's a great sidearm shooter, then, if he's effective, you're gonna let him do those things. If he's, thinks he's a great sidearm shooter and he's not, then you're gonna try, then you're gonna change it a little bit. So you have to, get guys to understand that stuff. You got to build in that confidence. I'm a big believer at the younger levels to have kids doing all kinds of different stuff, playing different positions, and playing and making the game a little, fun. I don't know if the kids at young ages really know the score sometimes, or they do right away, but then when it's over, they don't care. But you got to get them to be a little bit successful. You got to be positive with them. You got to yell at them every once in a while, but we do the same thing at our level. I'm not a guy that's constantly negative. If you talk to kids that play for me, they've heard me say bad things to them. But you also hope that you're smiling a little bit and having fun with it. So you gotta build in that stuff at all levels.
All right, Coach, I have to pull the plug right
Sounds
now.
good.
Thank you.